Hello, it's Monica from Crafting with Quilling, and I hope you have absolutely fabulous day. In today's video, I'm going to show you how to create octagonal gatefold pop-up card with no cutting dice, and it is super easy to create. So let's do it together. For my project today, I'm going to use my new digital collection called Antique Charm. It has 10 digi design papers, 6 pages with elements to fussy cut, 8 pages with illustrations of grandparents, and as an extra bonus, I've got sentiments for you, both in Polish and English, to celebrate grandparents. All the links are in the description down below. To create my card base, I'm going to use green card measuring 5.5 by 12 inches. I'm going to score it at half an inch, 3.25 inches, 8.75 inches, and my very last line here is going to be 11.5 inches. So that is the card base. And now we're going to create couple marks using a pencil and a ruler. But before I do it, I'm going to fold and burnish all those 4 score lines. As you can see, it looks like a gatefold card, but we're going to do something very special for it, so it's going to turn into a pop-up card. Super quick and simple. So now we need a pencil and a ruler, and I'm going to measure from the second score line. I'm going to put it on my second score line at the top, and I'm going to measure 1.5 inches, both on the left and on the right hand side. I'm going to repeat the process on the other side. So there's 1.5 on the left and on the right hand side from that score line. Let's rotate it 180 degrees and repeat the process. All we have to do is to create those pencil marks. And when they are ready, then we need a scoring board. And I really hope you will have a scoreboard with a black line. Here I'm marking 1.5 again from the top and the bottom as well to make my job easier. So when this is ready, now we need a scoring board. I've got mine from Crafty's Companion. I'm going to put it here and then rotate it to the pencil mark. As you can see, we have a triangle. And this is very crucial because that will be our mechanism. So let's put it on your black line, then rotate it to the pencil mark. As you can see, we need to do it 4 times to create that pop-up mechanism. And in the end, it's going to be an octagonal shape, which I absolutely love. And it's really cool because you can create this card with no cutting dice. And I really like to challenge myself from time to time. Sit down with a pencil, a ruler, and create different fancy folds for you. Now I'm going to erase all those pencil marks just to make sure the card is going to look professionally finished. I wonder, do you celebrate Grandparents' Day in your country? We do it at the end of January in Poland. It is a very special occasion where children create handmade cards. This year, I was asked to create a couple of cards for grandparents, and I really wanted to make them really special. So that's why I came up with those ideas with fancy folds. At the end of this video, I'm going to leave the link to the video from 2 days ago where I created a different fancy fold, and I'm pretty sure you will like it. So now, as you can see, we have to fold those triangle inside, and it looks like an octagon here. How cool is that, right? And it's also a gatefold card. So now we have to decorate this card inside. I'm going to start with a square measuring 5.25 by 5.25 inches. I'm going to create pencil marks using my ruler. And again, I'm going to use 1.5 inches from each side. I turn it over because I don't want to erase my pencil marks. So that's why when I use my trimmer from Craftstash, I'm not going to see the pencil marks. So you have to mark 1.5 on each side at the very top. And when all those pencil marks are ready, then we're going to use a trimmer. And we're going to cut those diagonal lines super quick and simple when you have a trimmer. Super easy. So now this is ready. How cool is that, right? So you don't need any cutting dice. To be honest, it's not a very regular octagon, so be careful how you place it because it is longer on one of the sides, but you can easily adjust it. So now I'm going to use my liquid glue to adhere it inside of the card, and I really want to decorate it very well. So from my digital collection, I used this design paper. I created a square measuring 5 inches by 5 inches. Again, let's repeat the process. I'm going to measure 1.5 on each side at the top. And again, I'm going to use my trimmer to cut diagonal lines. All we have to do is to use a ruler, a pencil, a trimmer. Super cool, right? Have you ever created a pop-up card? If you have, what style was it? Please let me know in the comments down below. So now, as you can see, we're going to cut those lines using a trimmer and the inside is going to be ready. And what's really missing here, I decided to decorate the sides as well. Just to make them very special, I'm going to use the same green cream cardstock, so all the elements are going to match. So first, I need 4 panels, and they will measure 2.5 by 5.25 of an inch. I'm going to use my ruler again, and I'm going to mark only 2 corners. So the choice is yours. I'm going to start with the right hand side, and then you have to do it at the top and at the bottom. To make your job easier, I'm going to cut 2 of those rectangles together. And when this is ready, we're going to have 2 panels ready. Now I'm going to repeat the process on those 2 other rectangles. So again, we have to measure 1.5 from one of the corners. Remember, it has to be from the top and the bottom. And when this is ready, then decisions. How do you want to decorate it? I really wanted to have a little bit of contrast on my card. That's why I decided to use different design papers from my antique charm collection. If you like those designs, I left the links to buy me a coffee. So now I've got 2 rectangles measuring 2.25 by 5 inches, and using a different design paper, it is 2.25 by 5 inches. Again, we're going to repeat the process, so it is 1.5 of an inch from the top and the bottom corner. So we have to go down and to the side. And to make your job easier, I'm going to face the design papers together. So when we cut them, they've got like mirror image. Super cool, right? So you save some time here as well. Again, I'm going to use my liquid glue to adhere those elements. And what we have to do now is to repeat the process with the design papers you can see at the top. You know the drill by now. All you have to do is to use a pencil and a ruler. So let's do it together. Let's face them with the design. So this way you're going to save some time. And let's mark 1.5 of an inch from the top corner. Remember, you have to do it at the top and also on the side as well. The same with the bottom. Decisions only with what design papers you want to create. Obviously, you can use this fancy fold for any occasion. And I think birthdays, weddings would be such a good idea. And if you want to create that octagonal gatefold pop-up card, I really hope you'll feel inspired. As you can see, it is not that very difficult to create. And you don't really need any cutting dice to do it. So now we have to adhere it inside of the card, but also on the outside as well. As you can see, I really wanted to have the contrast inside, so I've got some lighter and darker greens. And on the outside, I'm going to have the same design paper that I used to decorate the bigger panel inside, just for extra interest. And if you like this collection, I left the links to buy me a coffee where you can get the full collection, but also just the design papers or elements to Fussy Cat. And as I told you, as a bonus, I've got sentiments for you, perfect to celebrate the loved ones in your life. I mean, the grandparents, both in Polish and English. So check all the links in the description down below. Now we need to create 4 panels for that pop-up mechanism. So it is 2 and 1 over 16 by 2 and 1 over 16th of an inch. And then using the design paper, I need 4 panels measuring 1 and 7 over 8 by 1 and 7 over 8. Now I'm going to adhere them together so they will look like beautiful elements. And what's really good about this, it has that wow effect when you open that Octagonal Gatefold pop-up card. It is super quick, simple, and I really hope you will create your own version of this card. So now let's adhere it. So I'm only going to put the glue on the triangles inside. As you can see, it is super easy. All we have to do here is to line up the card with that beautiful square. And when this is ready, it's going to move beautifully. And when this is ready, then you can decorate the inside and outside of the card as well. And in my antique charm collection, there are lots of elements you can use. But if you want to create your own elements using your stamps or cutting dice, that will be perfectly fine. And what do you think about this green color for a cut base? Do you like it? Please let me know in the comments down below. So now, as you can see, it opens beautifully, it folds beautifully, and we can decorate the inside. I decided to create a heart with flowers inside. This card is going to be for a special grandpa. And I thought this beautiful bouquet is just perfect. Now I've got the sentiment in Polish for a grandpa, and I'm going to back it on that cream cardstock. So all the elements are going to match. And when this is ready, then I'm going to decorate the front of the card. Super quick, simple, and beautiful. So now let's close the card. Always make sure all the elements are lined up the way you want. That's why it's a good idea to do a dry run. Yeah, I decided to have that vase on the right hand side, and then on the left hand side, I'm going to have those beautiful carnations with amazing bow, but also a sentiment which says for a grandpa. Again, I'm going to create a border using the same cream cardstock. What do you think about this deep green and cream colors together? Do you like it? Please let me know in the comments down below. Now it is time to put those carnations here and the bow as well. And just to finish off this card, I thought it would be a good idea to put a white element on the back as well, so there will be plenty of space to write a message for a special grandpa. And if you haven't seen my previous video, for free, I also have a Crafty Journey 2025 for you. A perfect calendar for the whole year. All the links are in the description down below. So I've got 5 1/4 by 5 1/4 of an inch. And again, we're going to repeat the process. So I'm going to use my pencil and mark 1.5 of an inch on each corner. And when this is ready, then I'm going to use my trimmer to cut those diagonal lines. Adhere it and the cut is going to be completed. So what do you think about this Octagonal Gatefold pop-up card? Would you like to give it a go? I really hope you do. In my last video, I also asked you about New Year's resolution. If you have one that you haven't told me yet, please let me know in the comments down below. This year, I really want to focus on some amazing fancy folds and pop-up cards for you. And I'm going to share them with you so we can learn together. What do you think about this New Year's resolution? Do you like it? So there is plenty of space to write your message. The card opens beautifully and it folds flat in the envelope. Super cool, right? And also, I would really like to know what's your favorite fancy fold and pop-up card style. Thank you so much for watching and spending that time with me. Don't forget to like this video, give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, because there is more inspiration coming your way. Have a wonderful day and happy crafting. Bye!